Hi everyone, it's Miss Beryl, and today we're going to work a basic division problem so that we can get a little bit of review before we start doing some of the division that we learned in 4th grade. I'm going to solve this mostly using a diagram, so we will start by reading through the problem. On Halloween, Ghost Cat and Mummy Bear went trick-or-treating. They collected 360 pieces of candy. Their 3 friends, Pirate, Mummy Boy, and Vampire, only collected 212 pieces of candy. If the kids put all their candy together and share it evenly, how many pieces of candy will each trick-or-treater get? All right, I can kind of visualize what's happening here. We have some trick-or-treaters, and they're going to share all their candy. They're going to dump it all out and then split it up. So we have Ghost Cat and Mummy Bear. Their names really aren't important, but we need to circle them because it didn't tell us that there were 2. We're just having to put that together ourselves, which is fine. We have Ghost Cat and Mummy Bear. They went trick-or-treating. They have 360 pieces of candy. And then their 3 friends got 212 pieces of candy. If the kids put all their candy together and share it evenly, how many pieces of candy will each trick-or-treater get? All right, so what I'm learning here then is I have to put all the candy together. So that's going to be our first step. We're going to put all the candy together, and then it looks like we are obviously going to divide because they're going to share it equally. So I have 360 pieces of candy plus 212 pieces of candy. And this will give us the total amount of candy that these kids have. 572 pieces of candy. I'm going to write that right on here. We're going to pretend like this is the big pile of candy that were right here that they dumped out. All right, so I have 572, and then if I look up here, I have 3 friends plus these 2 friends, Ghost Cat and Mummy Bear. Also, we can see them in the picture. Here's the 3, and here's the 2. So there's 5 friends that are going to share 572 pieces of candy. So I'm going to write 572 divided by 5 equals what? All right, so I'm going to carefully draw my little guys or my sticks around my pile of candy. These will represent my 5 trick-or-treaters. Next, I'm going to look at the number that I have, which is 572. And I know these guys aren't going to want to go 1 piece for you, 1 piece for me, 1 piece for you, 1 piece for me. So they're going to take a big chunk and pass them out that way. So they look at the number 572 right here, and you can tell by looking at that number that it is over 500. Since there's 5 kids then, it's safe for each one to get 100 pieces of candy. Safe meaning we won't go over 572 if they each take 100. So if they each take 100, that means 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. That means my pile no longer has 572 pieces of candy in it. I just gave away 500. So now I have 72 pieces of candy. So my new problem is 72 divided by 5. Well, if I look at 72 and I look at 5, I know I can't do 20, because if I did 20, that would be 100. But I know that I can do 10. In other words, I can safely give each child, trick-or-treater, 10 more pieces of candy and not go over my 72 pieces. So if everybody gets 10 more, that means I just gave away another 50 of this 72. So that leaves me with 22 divided by 5, because 72 minus the 50 I just gave away leaves me with 22. So my little pile now has 22 pieces of candy. So I have to ask myself, there's 22 pieces sitting there. What's the most I can give each person at a time? Well, 5 times 5 is 25. That's too much. But I can give each trick-or-treater 4. So 4 for you, and you. If I pass out 4 to each trick-or-treater, that is 20. So I take away 20 from my 22. That leaves me with 2 divided by 5. I can't do that. So we are fine. We have one trick-or-treater getting 114, another getting 114, another getting 114, and another getting 114. So the answer to my problem is 572 divided by 5 is 114. But we saw over here that there was this 2 that was left over after I gave away all my pieces of candy that I could. There was 2 left over. So what this is telling us is 572 pieces of candy split amongst 5 people gives each of them 114 pieces of candy with a tiny little pile left over that has 2 in it. So the reason why we don't give out the 2 is because it wouldn't be fair then. It would mean that two children would have 115 pieces and the other 3 would have 114. So what we do is we just write this next to our problem saying that 572 divided by 5 is 114 with a remainder of 2. So they can go home and give that to their mom or whatever they want to do, or their teacher. All right, so that's division today. Thank you. Have fun. Bye.